What's going on? What's going on, my good people? It's Thursday, September 29th. We back at it again. Another live show, the Man to Man Pod. I'm one half of the pod. I'm AB, Antoine Bethea. D-Butt, he's going to be tapping in with us shortly, getting some technical issues together over there in the Superdome with Pat and the boys. But as always, we appreciate y'all tapping in. Another good show ahead of us. Obviously, we got Thursday night football. We got the Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals, Tua, Burrow going at it. Miami Dolphins traveling to Cincinnati. That defense coming off 90 plays. Short week. We're going to see how they can, bounce back and try to get it done. Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals 1-2. O-line having some trouble, man. Seeing if they can get things back going to how it was last year. Man, got Aaron Judge, 61. He hit the big 6-1 last night, man. We're going to tap into that. We're going to tap in. We're going to touch on some of the important games this weekend. We got the Colts and the Titans. Obviously, we got the Bills and the Ravens. We have Miami and Cincinnati tonight as well. So got a pretty good show as always. Put questions in the comment section. Love to hear what y'all got. And you know what? We're gonna catch you on the other side. What's going on? What's going on, man? Again, man, we back. AB, one half of the pod, the Man to Man Pod. On this good Thursday morning, man, September 29th. That fall weather, man, it kicked in real quick. No easing up there. Again, man, my guy D-Butt, man, he's gonna jump in shortly. But shoot, man, let's get to it. Let's definitely get to it. I really don't want to jump into the Miami and that Cincy game quite yet because I know D-Butt's going to jump in. We want to talk about it. Let's talk about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, man. Blasts a massive 61st home run to tie Roger Maris. He gives the ball to his mom. So you can find the footage of my man from Toronto who almost caught the ball, man, but fell short. Restaurant owner out there in Toronto, man, was this close to catching the ball. He definitely probably could have got a couple M's for that ball, man. But again, man, shout out to Aaron Judge, making history. I think he's the first since that crazy era in the 90s, early 2000s, Sammy Sosa. I think Sammy Sosa did it 3 times where he hit 60 or more home runs. You had Sammy Sosa. I think you had Barry Bonds. And there was one more who's been able to, reach that 60 mark. The New York Yankees, man, they was able to clinch playoff berth. So it's October, man. It's about to be that time. This is around the time I actually tap into a little bit of baseball. This playoff time, World Series gets exciting. Games are very, very competitive. Not saying they're not competitive during the regular season, but I actually tap into some baseball during this time. So if the tone when you if and when you can get that video. Let me know when it's in there, man. But my man was sick, man. You can see it on his face, man. More, yeah, man. He was sick. I'm pretty sure if he had that ball, man, I'm giving him at least an M. At least an M. He could get some commas for that ball. But other than that, like I said, man, shout out to Aaron Judge, man. I think he got 7 games left in the regular season. He's at 61. I think Barry was he still holds that mark as far as most home runs in a single season. And I think that number is at 70 something. So we'll see if Judge can get on a hot streak and do some things. But again, as we always talk about, you see it on my hat, man. Aaron Judge bet on himself. They offered him the Yankees did offered him some bread. He was like, "Nah, man, I'm worth more than that." Didn't sign it and came out and had a hell of a year, having a hell of a year. Mr. Scampers, man, appreciate that. Well. All right, Mr. Scamper says 70 money more. Said Bond's record is 73 in the season. So, and Judge, man, that's a lot of home runs in 7. But we're gonna see. We're gonna put that good juju out there in the atmosphere and see if he can make it happen. But again, man, Aaron Judge out there betting on himself as he should. Do that early and often. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Next, photo of Aaron Judge and his mom congratulating her son, her baby, making history out there in the Big Apple. I can only imagine being a top performer in the Big Apple, right? So it's crazy. So we was having this conversation. I was in it was me, Adrian James, and a couple other people. We was actually in New York. We was coming from the Howard game, and somebody was like, "Man, who during their time in New York as an athlete probably like was the biggest, right?" And the first name that came to mind, like somebody said, OBJ, but the first name that came to mind for me was Michael Strahan. Like Michael Strahan, Derek Jeter. Yo, my man D.
Brother?
But I'm talking about right now, like one of the athletes that was, a player on one of the New York teams, Yankees, Mets, Jets, the Giants.
In our time?
I mean, whenever, just you had Wolfred, you had Clyde,
Joe Namath,
his name came up. Like I said, OBJ came up, Michael Strahan came up, Jeter came up.
Melo? Nah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, that's 7.
Yeah, Mel,
I
but
don't know. I ain't. That ain't my area. I don't know.
Curtis Martin, Patrick Ewing, definitely some good names. But again, man, shout out to Aaron Judge.
That was crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron Judge.
Would you have pitched to him though? Or you kept walking?
Man, obviously you don't want to be on the other end of that, you know what I mean, as far as a pitcher, but I mean we competitors out here, man. Let's compete.
True. And it's Toronto, one of their, I think, division rivals.
Yeah, man.
You know how many more games they have?
7.
Someone probably know. 7 more. Okay. Oh yeah, he should definitely for sure break that.
7 more games. 7 more games, man. So we're gonna see how it turns out. Before we get into this Thursday night game, we haven't been on here since the Monday night. Cowboys at Giants. Cowboys was able to get that win on the road, 23-16. Pollard had a huge game.
Yeah,
just the run game in general, I think for the Cowboys was huge for them. Pollard had 13 carries, 105 yards. I think Zeke ended up with like 70 some yards. and it was ugly for the Giants. I would just say as far as O-line wise. Um, Going back to the Cowboys, Cooper Rush got him another win.
Yep.
Looking good out there. CeeDee Lamb, you know, clutch catch at the end of the game, one-handed
Yeah. After dropping a big one, a big
at the
bump
drop.
early on in the game, so he bounced back.
Yeah, man. So Cooper Rush, man, he has the Cowboys, looking good, man. And again, Jerry Jones had talked about it before, how Dak was gonna be back real soon. Like, if I'm the Cowboys, man, I'm not rushing Dak back right now.
Shit, Dak probably rushing Dak back right now
I
though.
get it,
And,
but
and I don't know. Let me get your full thoughts on this before I chime
yeah,
in.
and as being a competitor, being on the sideline, I've been on the sideline injured before, and seeing another guy going out there playing well. Yeah, it's your teammate. You want to see him do good. You want to see the team do good, but you want to see that at your expense. You feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
facts.
saying so. But I think it's like different situations where, man, Dak, they paying that man millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like,
Yeah,
not saying that you don't have anything to worry about, but you don't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? But again, I wouldn't rush Dak back. I would make sure that he's 100%, 100%, 110% healthy. That thumb is good. Before I get him back out there, I know Dak wants to get out there because he sees his team. He's a competitor,
yeah,
but I wouldn't rush him back right now.
yeah. I mean, yeah. From management, from the doctor standpoint, I wouldn't rush him back either. But they saying the stitches out, swelling going down, and Jerry Jones been super optimistic from the jump about this injury. Not putting him on IR, which would guarantee that he had to miss 4 games. And Cooper, man, he got him cooking, and he's making himself some money right now. I know Dak is making a lot of money, but Cooper right now, he's making himself, I think, a lot of money at this point. We know how how tough it is to find a quarterback that can get in there and play good football. And he's been playing good football, since even going in the back of the last year, playing the Vikings late in the season, getting that win, these 2 wins. But you look around that division, and so I know me and you, I'm not gonna say quarterback controversy, any of that. I don't think it's any of that. I think Cowboys just now they really know once again, hey, we got a good backup that can win ball games if that goes down, and that's important. That's very, very important. But I wouldn't say it's a quarterback controversy at all. But that you look around that division and you see what them boys in Philly doing. So if I'm Dak, like they may not be trying to rush back, but I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to be back in tip. I'm trying to get as close to mid-season form as fast as possible. So Gallup should be getting healthy. He was kind of a game time decision on Monday night. So I would assume that he's gonna be playing this Sunday. We're gonna see. But and that defense, man, defense flying around. Trevon Diggs, he's not getting all the picks that he did last year at the beginning of the year. But he's playing good ball. Got one to end the year, and we know they come in bunches. So who knows what's gonna be coming down the line. But I like what Dallas is doing, man. We both picked the Eagles to win that division. I'm still standing on that. But I like what Dallas is doing, like what Cooper's doing. Shout out to Cooper Rush, too. More importantly, because he was pivotal in me hitting that same game parlay on Monday. I had Cooper throwing for over 200. I had the Cowboys winning. The Saquon running over 70 yards, and then Noah Brown, one of Cooper Rush's favorite targets, getting over 40 yards catching, and we hit all those. So shout out to Cooper. Thank you, Cooper.
And shout out to Cooper for being ready.
For being ready. Being ready.
Being ready.
We know, AB. We know how
Huh?
tough it is. You know how
Say it
tough it
again.
is to be a backup.
I mean, it is tough.
You know what I mean?
It's tough being a starter too. So with him being able to come back, you know, game two when some teams have some film on them and being able to prepare for them,
Yeah.
now that's tough. When you got film out there. So for him to go out there and continue to do well and be ready when his number is called, like you said, previously, man. He's making himself some money. But on the flip side, man, we go over to the Giants.
Man,
First off, man, speedy recovery to Sterling Shepard, man, going down, torn ACL. I
last
hate it
play,
for him, man.
man.
Just been battling injuries the past couple of years, man. So speedy recovery to Sterling. And this O-line, man. Evan Neal had a long game
Oh
on
yeah,
Monday night.
Daniel was running for his life, and he played. It's
Yeah,
crazy to say, but I feel like he played well. You know what I mean?
DJ played well.
Yeah,
DJ
given the
played well. You know,
circumstances.
say it again.
Now I'm saying, given the circumstance, my mic messed up.
Yeah, your mic it's a little staticky.
Staticky. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, given the circumstances, running for his life all night, I think he played well. Let me try to situate this.
Yeah, I think DJ played well, man. And given, like you said, given the circumstances, the old line, him running for his life, him being able to be a mobile quarterback helped him out a lot on Monday night, being able to move the chains. But yeah, they definitely got to get that old line shored up. And even on the defensive side, man, I feel like it seemed like a lot of confusion on some of the plays. Guys not really knowing what they're doing, dropping guys wide open. So, still in a good situation there in that division, sitting at 2-1. That was definitely, a winnable game for them. And typically that's how those games go in that division. Tight games.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, definitely John's got to get that O-line shored up. Saquon looking like Saquon of old.
Looking real, looking healthy, looking explosive. How the mic sound now?
Nah, you good. You good.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah,
did you see Boomer? Him saying that he expects Saquon to get traded by the Giants and the Bills. Look at like what's your thoughts on that? Being that he is healthy, he's looking good again. And what Boomer said was, hey, this is the most, I guess, valuable he thinks he'll be going for. And obviously Giants gonna have to make a decision money-wise with him soon. So how you feel about that?
So I mean, if I'm the Bills, yeah, that's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? The way Saquon's been looking these first 3 weeks, if we can make that move, no question. But if you're the Giants, it's like, where are we as far as like front office coaches? Like, where do we see ourselves? Like, because if you trade Saquon, you're basically saying, hey, like we about to blow this up.
Nah.
That's the way I look at it because
he's there. Okay, he's there.
he's
there.
their bell cow. But besides him, him?
I feel you as far as the play and those New York athlete names you mentioned. When Saquon came into the league, people like he was looked at. You go 2 overall as a running back in today's NFL. Those expectations, and obviously he was an unbelievable athlete, unbelievable running back. But just I don't know, man. It's just when you
Because
got to pay all that money to a running back, like you look
I
around the league and you see, AK, what's going on with Kamara right now, C-Mac.
a little bit too, bro.
You said Mike what?
Your mic's still tripping a little bit.
Damn. What's going on with this shit? But these running backs, man, you gotta be careful paying these backs.
Nah, I mean, I agree 100% with you, but I'm just so much as far as team wise. If you trade Saquon, like, what are you telling the team? Like, you know what I mean? And then you didn't pick up the 5th-year option for Daniel Jones. He's kind of playing, to see what's going to happen with him in the future. So without those 2 guys, D-Buck, like what you got? Like you pay that money for Kenny G. I don't know what's going on there. So for me, I'm looking at it. It's like Saquon. You trade Saquon, he's gone. You didn't pick the 5th year. You didn't pick up the 5th-year option for your quarterback. So it's a possibility that he's gone. So hypothetically, next year you trade. Say you do trade Saquon, you don't pick up that 5th-year option, or you don't re-sign DJ. Mm-hmm. Like, look at your roster now. Like, you you looking for a quarterback. You had Saquon, he's gone. I feel like it's one of them things where now you rebuilding.
I mean, you got a new head coach, so might be rebuilding, and you got to be smart with where you putting that money, though, man. It's just you look around, and it's like, man, who has that paid off for recently? Giving that running back that second big contract, which Saquon's going to demand, especially if he keep playing like he's playing right now. So they're in a tough spot.
Yeah,
they're in a tough spot.
And I think, but I mean, for them, they're 2-1 right now. You know what I mean? Again, it's early in the season. They 2-1. So, like, do you really want to look? I mean, obviously, you, as a business, you got to listen to all of that. You know, whatever calls that come through, you gotta take those calls. You gotta listen. But it has to, for the Giants, it has to make sense. Has to make sense.
Yeah. I mean, they done spent so much. They done put so many investments in that offensive line, and they not getting returns there either right now. So that's where it starts, in my opinion. I hit Zeke. Let me see if I get this mic fixed.
Yeah, somebody said Best Buy over.
Hey, if it ain't working in here, I don't know what it is. Might be me.
David Marino, baby, 2-1, baby. Good, bad, ugly. We just want them the marks in the W column.
Facts.
So another something just came out. I want to get your opinion on this, D-Buck. It was Pro Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
So NFL announced at the Pro Bowl games to replace the tackle game with flag football and skills competition. What's your initial thought on this move?
I mean, the game was unwatchable. At this point, it was unwatchable, and for good reason. You know, guys don't want to get hurt. It's a lot of bread on the line, so understandably, so guys don't want to get hurt. But I think the Pro Bowl is more for like, you know, we brought to the Pro Bowl. It was more so for fans to, you know, interact with those players, see them out there practice, get autographs, take pictures. Players are more relaxed, having more fun, family experience, and I think you still get all those things. I think the flag football, I remember when we were younger, seeing those quarterback competitions, you know, who can throw the ball the furthest, who can hit the movement, like all those different things. Even all these years later, when they would play those things back, like I'm locked in, you know what I'm saying, watching them. So I think those would be still be good. I didn't see what they're gonna do with the linemen, but I did see something. I didn't even read it, but I think it'll be cool, man. Flag football, you still get some level of entertainment. It's still a good experience for the fans. I think that's the most important thing for the NFL to do here, is to still make sure the fan experience and engagement is the best. But at this point, the game was just unwatchable, and it was too much. It's too much money on the line for the players, so I didn't see it get any better. So I think it was a good move, man. What about you?
I hate flag football
You've
out of
been
here.
to the Pro Bowl a few times as a player.
I hate the flag football aspect of it, and maybe it changed my mind the way they set it up, but I don't like the flag football aspect as far as the skills competition. I'm with you because I enjoy that. You know, when you see guys line up racing, you see the linemen. Remember, I think it was who was it? Nate Newton throwing up the 225,
it was
or Larry Allen.
Larry Allen, yeah.
Larry Allen throwing up the 225, like that shit was like 30 pounds. So I'm with you on the skills competitions. I'm with you as far as making the experience good for the fans. I always felt like should have kept the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Just for player wise, it's like I feel like I'm like obviously accomplished. You already has accomplished something, you know, getting voted Pro Bowl, but to be able to take your fan, make that trip over there, it was just something different. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see. How they'll set it up. But to your point, that game was unwatchable.
And my dumb ass still said watch.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, I know flag football is a huge thing now, just as far as youth sports and even just like leagues now around the
Yeah,
adult leagues around the world. So we'll see. We'll see. But
and
right now,
that's
my initial thought, like I'm not a huge fan of the flag football aspect of it.
yeah, that's another angle too, because the NFL is trying to promote flag football as much as possible, and that's that sport is growing rapidly. Like they got real, my daughter about to try out for the flag football team for her high school, so
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely another part of it. I'm sure that they were thinking about in those back rooms.
Yeah. Before we keep it moving, I think Brad asked a question as far as the turf, man. So we talked about Sterling Shepard tearing his ACL. I think it's been a lot of talks. I think OBJ was like the turf there is garbage. I think I've seen Pat was like, man, let's get grass fields
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. What's your thoughts? I have my thoughts on it.
I know,
Um,
I know you want grass fields in a dome,
hey, and let's eat.
and let's cook, and I'm sure. Shit, betting wise, that'll make things a lot
and trust
smoother.
me, but so you see where we going in this betting world. So
Uh,
hey, watch what I tell you in a couple years.
but I don't know, man. Kind of how you feel about the flag football. I guess I kind of feel about trying to just control all the elements and all the different variables. I feel like that's a part of what makes football what it is, man. Like the home field advantage that Miami had, this past weekend with them Buffalo players on that sideline cooking over there, baking on that sideline. And then later in the year, when Miami goes up to Buffalo and they playing outside, then Buffalo's gonna have that advantage. So I still like that. And then once we get in the playoffs, you know how important home field advantage is, and I feel like that it would just be so much less because now everybody's be playing the same environment. But as far as the grass, I feel like that's a no brainer at this point. Like obviously it's gonna cost more money, it's gonna have more manpower because it is tougher to keep that grass in tip top shape, especially when you get into these fall months when it's rain, it's sleet, it's mud, whatever. But I mean, if you talking about the player safety and tearing joint like that, like Sterling Shepard literally just jogging last play, like and just tears ACL season over. Who knows what that does to his career?
Right.
Odell Beckham on his way to a Super Bowl MVP, running just normal crossing route. Just so you don't see those things happen that often on grass. So I think health wise, practice wise, all those things, grass is the move. But we know it costs money. So I feel like that's where the owners got to come in and say, all right, we just got to allocate this money, protect our players. But I think that's a no brainer at this point. It should be at least. I
Yeah.
ain't with that dome. I still ain't with that dome shit though.
Hey, Nick Riley Popovich, man, retractable dome with real grass. That's it, man. Because at the end of the day, we always talk about the product. Like, what type of product are we putting out there on the field? You know what I'm saying? So for one, the grass, we want to keep our players in safe, away from injuries. So again, the safety aspect, and then with the dome, you can get your best. You can get your best product each and every week, wherever you at. You can get the
Can't
best
argue that.
product. You can get your best product. So, we want everybody um, like the game, like week one, that shit in Chicago.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play in
Yeah.
that. Nobody wants to sit in the stands that they paid their hard-earned money for. Nobody wants to sit in that. You know what I'm saying? So that retractable roof right there, they could have closed the roof. You would have had a great game.
That'd have been one of them games where you want to play against a Tyreek Hill, Waddle. You come out, you see that weather, you say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is a game. Slow them motherfuckers down. Yeah, 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 yeah. AB.
Talk to me, Pat. What it
They
do,
over,
baby?
I can't put. I don't got no camera control. They over here throwing this. Him and Chuck over here. Don't talk about that terrible ass ball.
AB.
What
Hey,
it do? What it do, baby?
hey, life is good. Good to see you, man. Hey,
you
listen,
already
Chuck's
know.
here as well. Chuck, you see
Coach,
Antoine
we got
Bethea?
Coach P's key.
You're right here.
Chucky P, what's up, baby?
But yeah, man. So what we talking about right now? Oh, he trying to dome everything up.
Hey,
Dome.
pause.
Me too.
Oh,
AB.
okay, relax.
Me too.
All the fields
Hey.
dome with grass fields.
Hey, why not 72 degrees, no wind, perfect grass, fucking everywhere. We got the money to do it, AB. Let's do it.
Why not? We talk about we want great product on the field. Each and every week we'll have great product with grass and a retractable dome.
How you feel about
You
that?
can't hear him.
Old school. You can't hear him?
No.
Oh, he said yeah. He just agreed with him each and every
What is
week.
that? I would like the NFL to play with this ball too. Only this ball. The Russell
Hey,
Wilson
Pat.
dorsal
Hey,
fin
Pat.
ball.
Hey, Pat.
They're teaching me how to throw that right now.
They can't hear you, AB.
Good to see you,
Oh.
Bethea.
You already know, Coach.
What are you guys talking about? Grass field?
Grass field, every stadium a dome. How do you feel about that? You coached game 38 years. I'm on the side of I like the elements. I like the variables. That's what makes football football. It's a part of what makes football football. AB's like, look, product, you're going to get your best product in those controlled environments. And then the grass, obviously, better for players.
I agree with, I mean, it sounds like a nice deal. I agree with Butsy on the fact that, you know, from a competitive advantage standpoint, I think you take that away for some of these, but like Chicago, they're going to get out of Soldier Field, right? And go to Arlington and build a dome in Chicago. Chicago, that whole historic franchise, they were not meant to play inside in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So I think you just take away a little bit of a competitive advantage for those teams that still have it outdoors and got to play in the elements and all those things. I think that's still real football to me.
Yeah.
Good to see you, bro.
Always.
My guy, make sure y'all tune in to Coach P's Keys today on the show. But, you know, people going to feel differently about it.
Yeah, no doubt. Respect everybody's opinion. Hey, man, we got to tell Pat, he got a sense of himself. Well, Pat, he been tripping.
What? Hey, I mean, hey, you gotta relax, bro.
You gotta relax.
Hey, did you call me with about? I'm glad, appreciate that. That was I was slipping.
Hey, look, man, I'm here for you, my guy. But hey, we're gonna tap into this.
Everything up.
We're gonna tap into this Thursday night matchup, man. The Dolphins at the Bengals. Dolphins 3-0 going on the road to Cincy. Cincy 1-2, and they are a 3.5-point favorite over your Dolphins. But
very, 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 very disrespectful. I don't know what Vegas got going on here, but these are the same questions I had last week when we were only 5.5-point dogs against the Chiefs. So maybe they know something that I don't know. But what I do know is we are number one in most power rankings. This is one of my squads against one of your squads. I'm taking my Dolphins straight up. I don't even need the points. I'm taking them straight up on the road on a short week because my guys on offense are fresh. Only ran about 30-something plays on Sunday. So yeah, I'm going. I don't know what's going on with these sports books, but on the FanDuel sports books, the Bengals are favored by 3.5 points, coming off a win over the stinking ass Jets.
Ooh,
how you feel about this one?
Man. So one thing though, like somebody mentioned that we talked about, like the Dolphins defense, man, they coming off of 90 plays last week. Like how do they feel? I want to go with your mob this week.
Smart man.
I want to go with your mob this week.
Defensive front.
Yeah, the old line over there with the Bengals been struggling. Since they playing at home, they coming off a win. So I don't know yet. Yeah, if y'all follow me on social media, I'll definitely post my pick tonight before the game. But I think
8:20 kickoff.
8:20. Yep.
All right, man. We need. Cause I'm gonna look at your paper this week. After what would you 11-3 against the spread?
Yeah, but then you had the same game. When you had the parlay hit, you
Hey,
don't got people paid. So
hey, we both on heaters right now. That's what
yeah,
y'all tuning in for. You know
so
what I
I
mean?
like it. I like it. So news came out that someone secretly recorded the Miami Dolphins' entire walkthrough practice in Cincinnati.
I saw that last night.
Um,
Don't
I
like
mean,
it.
I really don't. I really don't think it's. I mean, all right, so for somebody being able to record, that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
But going into the game, it's like what are you going to do with that information? But if you had somebody's recorded walkthrough, like what are you going to do with that information? Because at the end of the day, the OC still has to call plays. You don't know when that OC is calling plays. Yeah, you can kind of see some things where okay, they're lined up here. They didn't use this formation, but typically when you play in a Thursday game, you're gonna do what you do. You know what I mean? Since it's a short week, you're not gonna really put in too many different formations or too many different plays into the scheme. But what you take of this? Like, you think it's a big deal?
Nah. I mean, you but as a team, you don't want your walkthrough out there, obviously. But
For
I
sure.
mean, what shit? I may watch it. You know what I mean? If I'm a coach more than I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see, some shifts, some motions. All right, what they doing? Okay, maybe they got Tyreek Hill in the backfield. What they doing here? Say they're doing a red zone walkthrough. Like, I'm watching that shit. Now it's obviously gonna be a simple game plan, but if I can definitely get some value as an opponent just seeing where they're putting bodies. Not necessarily the plays that they're gonna run or routes they're gonna run, but all right, where are they putting who with this offense? But like you said, it's once you get in the game and it's really flying around, you don't have enough time to study and put it in your game plan. But I don't like it, man. I don't like that shit. Like recording it and then putting it on Twitter. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You had some questions going into tonight as far as Tua, his back and ankle, Jalen Waddle, and Teron Armstead, his toe, but all three is expected to play. So that's good news for you and your
that's great.
fans.
That's great news. Great news. Short week. Obviously, we saw, what Tua was dealing with last week. They're saying it's a back, and then obviously the ankle as well. But glad to see that he's up. Jalen Waddle coming off another 100-yard game. He's up, and then our franchise left tackle is up as well. So, because this Bengals got a solid front too. As far on that defensive side of the ball, so we got to hold up. But I'm banking on our defensive guys getting after Joe Burrow after having a somewhat clean week last week.
Yeah, DJ Reader is out for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. D tackle, captain of that team. That's gonna be a huge loss for them as well.
Big loss in the interior. That's 98, right?
Yeah.
No problem.
So you got a YouTube community poll here as far as this Cincinnati, 62%. Miami.
62%. Smart.
We're gonna
money
see.
Line and against the spread.
Let's see. We done had some talks, man. I've heard some little chatter. Tyreek Hill calls out Eli Apple. I'm ahead of the Bengals games. Said, I owe you, boy. And then Tua was like, look, shoot, if I see Eli Apple on Tyreek Hill one-on-one, Tyreek Hill definitely gonna get a chance to get the rock. So
I like it.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
I like it. And actually, me and Chuck spoke about it a little bit when I got here. He was like, man, what you think about that? That's kind of the backstory. And, we don't want to bullet into more material. And I'm like, hey, coach, it's up. That's Tyreek. Come out there. He said what he said. Did the quarterback back to him and said, hey, if I see him one-on-one, I'm going to my guy. So at this point, I like it. It's kind of like, I don't know, right, wrong, or different. We out somewhere and you start popping shit to somebody like, hey, we got to rock. Like, it is what it is. We'll talk about that shit later. But
yeah,
Thursday Night Football prime. It was so funny, though, seeing that interview. Tyreek, didn't know who they were playing. and you know how it is in the locker room. Some people are like that. Some people are really week to week. Like you dead ass can't ask them who they playing next week. They don't know. But number two, he didn't even know they was on prime time. He's like, we on prime time. Yeah. So that was very interesting. That was funny. But I like that he kept this Eli Apple stuff in the back of his mind, because Eli Apple did have his number and the Chiefs number last time they played. So I like it.
Hey, eyes on Eli Apple and the cheetah.
I'm going with the cheetah in this matchup.
Oh, as you should.
But like I said, Eli did, he did have a good game last time these two on the field.
Eli might have something up his sleeve.
He might. That may be his strategy, like to talk, like to troll, get up under people's skin. That's a tough spot to be in as a DB, because everybody's an expert when you get beat or you're involved in a touchdown or whatnot. So it is a target you put in your back from a media and social media standpoint. But hey, if Eli like it, I love it.
Mm-hmm. Let's touch on some of these games, man. We got some big matchups this week, man. First one, let's start with our Colts, man. Titans coming into town, playing in Lucas Oil. Colts coming off a huge win against the Kansas City Chiefs. Titans was able to get a win against the Las Vegas Raiders. Got our Colts favored by 3, man. Divisional matchup, a huge game.
Yeah. Both of these teams come off their first win, right? First win of this year. Okay, yeah. So both of them coming in momentum. These are the two teams that most people had at the top. They had the Colts winning division preseason, then Titans in second. Obviously, Titans were the 1 seed last year, but your Jags are kind of, catching a lot of people, off guard. But
I hear a lot of people talking about the Jags now. You know what I'm saying?
They can't run the tape back though. They can't run the tape back like we can here. But a few people can. But you were obviously the loudest on my end. But this should be a good one, man. Colts favored by 3 at home. Titans going to try to get that run game going. Finally got Henry going last game. Jonathan Taylor missed practice yesterday. First missed practice of his career. So that's something to be, somewhat concerned about. But it should be a good one. You know which way I'm going, though.
Where you going?
You know which way I'm going, though. Come on, man. I'm in Indy right now, man.
Okay.
I'm going by Colts, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was making sure. I was making sure. We got the bots in the chat. Oh shit. But with the Jonathan Taylor though, like he, injured toe. I'm not sure if you've ever had to deal with an injured toe. I know I have, and that ain't nothing to play with. And again,
what we playing on?
Turf. Yeah.
Yeah, so that ain't good.
Yeah. So, I mean, this might be. I don't think, like you said, this is his first time missing practice in high school, college.
Oh, boy, I didn't know that. I thought this was just NFL.
Nah, they said like this is the first time he's ever missed practice, high school, college, and in pro. So,
wow.
I mean, that says a lot.
Wow, all those carries he had at Wisconsin,
all them carries he had last year. Like a lot of times, like even if you're not injured, you having a lot of carries. Sometimes it can get to like game 12, and somebody be like, all right, you'll go through walkthrough, but you're not going to practice today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think that says a lot. Him not practicing yesterday, and again that toe, and not sure what toe it is. But
that big jump,
man, because I suffered from 2. I had turf toe on both of my big toes.
Yeah, fortunately, I never dealt with I had a toe injury, but never that turf toe. But I've only heard horrible things about turf toe.
Yeah, I still put them shits to this day.
Yeah, them shits ain't no joke. Yeah. You played on turf. What is the San Fran was grass, right?
San Fran was grass. New York was turf. and AZ was grass. So I like AZ. Their grass and the way they kept they upkeep on their grass was beautiful.
And if they could do it out there, you can do it anywhere.
Anywhere. How to be out there. So I like the Colts here as well. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. Definitely defense got to come to play. Slow down Derrick Henry and Cole.
And our defensive line played their ass off last game too.
Yep.
So I think they'll be up for the task. I'll see if y'all got to check in Saturday, see if if I'm gonna go with these 3 points. I think this will be a close game. I feel like this is always a good game. This will be a close one.
Yeah. Should 2-1-1 after the first quarter of the season. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
I'll take it. This next one.
Who we got? Ooh, how did this one not get on prime time?
Buffalo at Baltimore. Two of the young guns in the league right now at the quarterback position. Both of them playing exceptionally well right now. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. The Bills, 3-point favorite. Early in the week, I know this could move.
Yeah.
But who you like in this one?
Man,
tell people why.
You know what? I don't know yet, AB. I don't know yet on this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Obviously the Bills are young in the secondary. We'll see who is playing, who's up on their up front. They were missing some guys against Miami too. So we'll see if those guys are getting back. And I don't know what the injury updates are there, because that'll be very important with this run attack that the Ravens have. And then you got obviously Lamar doing what he's doing from the pocket, throwing the ball too. So in there at home too, I'm gonna have to take the Ravens as a home dog here. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Bills,
but on 2-2. On the flip side though, but the Ravens secondary, they ain't been looking good neither.
Touche.
And coming off, this L that Buffalo took.
90 plays too.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. I see it tough with the Bills losing 2 games in a row. But again, to your point, with that young secondary and the way Lamar is playing, it's a tough one.
Yeah, because it's gonna be tough to sit back in that too high shell with this run attack, run for 300 yards on your ass if you let them. But I got a question for you though. So keep talking about 90 plays that the Bills ran, 63 passes for Josh Allen. I know he is the MVP favorite. He's a guy you definitely want, the ball in his hand much as possible. But how do you feel about that recipe? Is that something that can be sustained? Is that something that should be sustained? Like, hey, if I'm Ken Dorsey, I'm going into this game, then you know what? I don't care if we throw the ball 50 times. Like, fuck it. So that question number 1, and then I got a follow-up too.
Nah, I don't think you can. You can't consistently win games throwing the ball that many times. That's
even
my
in today's NFL.
Even in today's NFL, because as we always know, when it gets to crunch time, if you can't run the ball, no bueno.
Yeah.
So of course, 63 passes a game here and there, but you have to be able to run the ball, especially with this team. And people crowning them as Super Bowl champs and making that run. At some point in the season, they're gonna have to be able to run the ball. Because again, you just talked about the elements, depending on where you're playing. Obviously, they're in Buffalo.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be tough. That pause, that ball can get hard when it get cold out there, and no excuses, no explanations. But 63 times, that's not a recipe of you being a consistent winner. You got to be able to run that rock.
Yeah, and then they run a lot with Josh Allen too. So obviously you putting that usage and that mileage on his arm, and then on his body. He is a big player, obviously, but he's taking a lot of hits too. But following up, I don't know if we talked about this, but the viral video of Ken Dorsey in the press box, after the last play, breaking his shit, slamming shit. and then whoever else in there finally, covering the camera up late. But how do you, as a player, did we talk about this? But how you feel about that as a player and as I guess a viewer of the game?
I mean, it's a game of emotions. Like we put time and effort into it. So you want to go out there, you want to win. As the OC, you set the game plan up. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just get up and walk out? Nah, he upset. Like because they could have won the game.
Facts.
They could have won the game. So like he's showing emotion. Like, I don't know why they cover the camera up. Like, this game, it's an emotional game. It's an emotional game. Like,
a lot of people covering the game are like, man, can't have that type of behavior.
man.
That you got to be able to control your this, your that. That's going.
Hell no. He mad.
Hold on, run that back. So this was the first half they couldn't. I want to say they couldn't get a field goal, or he muffed the fumble, the snap for a spike, or something happened before the first half ended, and then this happened again. Obviously, they couldn't get to the ball at the end of the game. So, like you said, clear, obvious frustration, emotions are extremely high. And then when you're in that press box, he's literally doing all he can do. So he, obviously he's been a quarterback, he's been in the helmet, but now he's calling plays. And I'm with you. I'm right along with you. I don't have a problem with it as a viewer of the game, someone who covers it. If I was one of his players, I would actually like to see that. Like, he really, matters to him. Now, I don't think he's at home having outbursts like this with his kids or in meeting rooms talking to Josh Allen and the other quarterbacks like this. I don't think so, at least. But this is part of it, man. It's a lot of emotions that are running through you at that point. You put your all into it. Obviously, the expectations are super high for this team, super high for Ken Dorsey. I think he's been doing a great job so far, but sometimes it comes to a boiling point, and shit, he ain't hurt nobody slamming. We see Tom Brady throw a Microsoft Surface, Aaron Rodgers, we see that every week. That'd be all right. Get him another Surface. Right. Y'all put the cameras in there for this, right? That's what y'all want. Y'all want all this unlimited access and mic'd up and cameras here and cameras there. Well, shit, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah. So we talked about Tennessee at Indy, Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens.
Which way you going on this one? Did you say?
I didn't. Yeah, I might have to get all my jokes on tonight's game tonight, then Saturday, maybe on the pick show.
Okay.
And then we got two more games for y'all. The Jaguars at Philly. Philly 6.5-point favorites. Jags 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles 3-0.
Your Jags, my Eagles.
Your Eagles. I think this is gonna be a good one, man. Jags, the defense playing well.
Yeah.
Offense. Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson got them guys out there playing some good football. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles playing some really, really good football. All aspects of the game. Could you see an upset here?
I wouldn't be shocked at all. I wouldn't be shocked at all. This Jaguars, and we know every year is a new year. And being in those locker rooms for you 14 years, for me 9, literally like you come into that room, like it's a different room every year. And for the Jaguars, obviously you got a different voice leading those guys. You got different players. Number 1 pick who's been playing very good. Even their second pick, Lloyd, has been playing very good on that defense as well. Yep. So you got draft picks, young players that are coming into their own. Your quarterback looks much, much more comfortable. Christian Kirk, a lot of people had a lot of shit to say when he got that bread and changed the wide receiver market, but he's earning every dollar, week in, week out, and so are those other receivers. So Ingram even, he was kind of kicked out of a couple places. He's balling. He's a mismatch problem for a lot of teams. So I could definitely see this Jaguar team can compete and beat anybody. They just beat the shit out of my other team last week, the Chargers. Yeah. Obviously, they were dealing with some injuries, but no excuse, no explanation. So could definitely see an upset here. I like the Eagles, though. I like the Eagles to win it because of what they're doing. A lot of those same things I just said with the Jaguars, the Eagles are doing that as well with the same voice at the head coach position. And Jalen Hurts is playing quarterback from the pocket just as good or better than anybody else in the league right now. So I like the Eagles to win this one. 6.5 points, a lot of points. points, and it's crazy that I'm even about to say this, but it's especially a lot of points with two good football teams. And the Jaguars, at least through 3 games, look like a good football team. How you feel about your mob?
Man, I won't be surprised they go up there and upset, but the Eagles are playing well, man. And I can't take that lightly of how well they're playing on both sides of the ball. We talk about the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, they're playing good, man. So I don't got nothing for you here neither. I definitely think the I definitely think the Jazz gonna cover, but as far as wins, man, I gotta sit back and really look.
But you definitely see a close game
I
Sunday.
definitely see a close game. Yeah, I don't see no blowout. I definitely see a close game here.
Okay. Hey, I think I'm with you. This might be. Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Yeah,
We're gonna see though.
and
We got two of our teams for Dolphins, Bengals tonight, and then Jags, Eagles here. So all right, we got a lot on the line this week.
and last game we're gonna touch on, man. The Bucks in Kansas City supposed to play down there in Tampa Bay, but Hurricane Ian touched down yesterday in Florida, man, and wrecking havoc. So it's a possibility. I think, Tampa Bay, they are already in Miami, practicing at Miami's facilities, and it's a possibility that they can move this game to Minnesota.
Yep, saw that. We had Rick Stroud on Pat show yesterday. He was talking about that too, and obviously, first and foremost, most importantly, praying for the safety and well-being for everybody down there. Obviously, that's my home state. And this is something, we got hurricane season every year, every year. So this is tough, especially on that west coast of the state. I've seen a lot of damage. I got some friends in Naples, St. Pete, Fort Myers, like those cities got hit hard. Like some places underwater, like legit underwater. So obviously that's a scary situation. If you didn't have a chance or didn't choose to evacuate, which if people are telling you ahead of time, hey, evacuate, get out of there. Hopefully a lot of people listen. But tough, man. It's tough when you're dealing with these natural disasters. Obviously, shit, we just gotta kind of hunker down and try to do what we can and come out on the other side when we talking about Mother Nature. And we can do with that. But that's tough. And hopefully this Bucks Chiefs can go off without a hiccup, man. But this should be a very good football game when they do play it.
Yeah, man. Two of the top quarterbacks in the game right now. Old head, young gunner, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, man. So last time we seen them, I think it was in the Super Bowl, right?
Was that the last time? Yep, I think so. Yeah, and then on the cover of Madden next year. But yeah.
So I think it'll be a good one, man.
Both of them coming off of L's too.
Yeah,
both of them coming off of tough L's. A 3-point L with the Chiefs to our Colts, and then a 2-point loss with the Bucks to the Packers. So they know how important these games are. I'm sure both teams, both quarterbacks probably feel like they let one get away. And big challenge.
Big challenge, man. Before we get out of here, we're gonna throw some Thursday night props up.
Oh shit.
We got Russian prop, Joe Mixon over or under 66.5. Chase Edmonds over under 32.5, and Raheem Mostert over under 37.5.
I think I like that Edmonds over. And you were on you put the pod on Chase Edmonds a couple years ago.
Yeah, man.
His
rookie year was my last year in Arizona, man, and just to see the things that he could do, small back but run strong.
Yeah,
split him out. He can catch out. He can catch the ball very well. So just a dynamic running back to have on your roster, man. And he's been doing some good things for the Miami Dolphins this year.
Absolutely. So if I had to take anybody from this list, I'm going Chase Edmonds over 32.5. Talked about Tua's injury. You talked about DJ Reader potentially being out on the interior of that defensive line with the Bengals. I think we're going to try to start this game, especially on a short week, with our run game. So I'm going to Chase Edmonds over 32.5.
I like it. I'll be right there with you on that one, D-Buck.
Yes, sir.
Sure, receiving yards. I got to put my glasses on for this one. Shit.
I can't see shit from my man. I tell you that right now.
So we got Jamar Chase over or under 75.5.
Oh, I'm gonna go over. They're gonna Burrow gonna feed this guy. Win, lose, or draw. I feel like Chase gonna get his target, so I'm gonna go over 75 short week. He's gonna go
We
to his
got
comfort.
T. Higgins at 64.5 over or under.
Let's stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from him, boy.
Tyler Boyd though at 40.5.
Staying away from it. I would go all the way down to Ty Hill. Give me Tyreek Hill. It looked like 70 something from back here. I can't really see.
75.5.
Yeah, give me that over. He had a quiet week last week, talking shit.
They do got Jalen Waddle. They got Jalen Waddle 67.5.
I'm gonna stay away from that one too. He coming off another big week. He stacked up with a bunch of back-to-back 100-yard games, dealing with a growing injury. I'm gonna stay a short week. You never know, because he may, I hate to speak this into, but potentially, hey, something ain't feeling right. He may not play as much, but stay away from the water. But I'm gonna go Ty Hill. I'm gonna go with dog. Top dogs, prime time, short week. Give me Jamar Chase. Give me Ty Hill over. I'm staying away from
Chase Edmonds again, though, D-Buck right here, 12.5.
Damn. Give me Chase on that too.
Hey, yeah, Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, I'll take his over on that too.
Yeah. So we got passing yards, man. We got Joe Burrow 268.5, and we got Tua at 252.5.
Where you going on this?
I got Joe Burrow over. I got Joe Burrow over. I don't know, man. That old line. No, I'm gonna go Joe Burrow over, and then Tua. I'm gonna go under for Tua.
You know what? I'm going the exact opposite. I got Joe Burrow under. Yeah, and I'm going Tua over. Like I said, only threw the ball, probably 18, 20 times, something like that last week. I think they're going to try to come out here. And I'm going Tua over. Give me over 2. You know what? Let's blow the doors off these. Coming in 3.5-point dogs, disrespect. Let's blow the doors off these guys. Tua over 252.5. And that's going with my heart.
Our last one. We got anytime touchdown score at the top, man. We got Joe Mixon at a negative. I think that's a negative 145. We got Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill. That's your top 3.
Who getting in the zone tonight, AB? Find me somebody on this list. Give me a lock to score tonight. I need a lock.
Give you a lock to score tonight.
I need one lock.
One lock. I like Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, okay. I'm going Joe Mixon. I'm gonna stand around. You know what? This seems like this may be a Chase Edmonds game. This may be give me Chase Edmonds. What's his odds? I can't see it from back here.
It's like a plus 190.
Plus, yeah, you know, let me put me together a same game parlay. Give me Chase Edmonds to get in that paint. Big Chase Edmonds game today.
So I think we're gonna have a good game tonight. Another Thursday night showing. Before we get out of here, man, Kevin Love, LeBron James, Draymond Green purchased a major league pickleball team. I've been hearing about these pickleball teams, man. It's up and coming. LeBron doing what LeBron does, tapping in with 2 of his boys, man. Just what I like to see, man. Group economics, man. Get together, put your money together, man, and make an impact. Gotta have more of it, man. But shout out to these guys, man. Continue to do big things, man. In the
I like it. I like it, man. I like it. Pickleball was something I was introduced to within the last probably 2 years, maybe less than that. My boy had a house in AZ. He had a pickle. He bought the house he bought had a pickleball court in his backyard, and we was out there playing for hours. So it is a fun game once you pick that paddle up. Very similar to tennis, but at least in my estimation, easier to play than tennis. So I can definitely see a lot of potential growth in this sport.
Wonder
Kind of similar to what we're seeing with lacrosse too. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that.
Wonder how much a pickleball team cost.
Can't be that, can't be that crazy. But this is a Kevin Love Major League Pickleball team, so all right. I'll do some research.
Yeah, got to. As always, family, man, we appreciate y'all. Another hell of a show.
Yes, sir.
Man-to-man pod on this good Thursday, the 29th. Y'all have a good day. As always, y'all tap in on Saturday. As we'll record our pick show, we'll have all our picks, who we think will win on Sunday. We'll talk about these games, a quick show, 25 to 30 minutes. But yeah, again, man, one half of the pod. Antoine Bethea, got my guy D Butt.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. See y'all y'all will see us on Saturday if you tap into those picks. And then we'll see y'all again live on Monday for another episode of Overreaction Monday. Now, this will be after the first quarter, so you're going to get some real overreactions, at least from me. Now, this is where I start making some judgments on some teams, some people, some different moving parts. But it's going to be fun, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
As always, man, we out.
Gone.
Peace.